morning, boys and girls, friends, enemies. How the devil are you on a lovely morning like this? It is 0. So there is ice on the road. Not technically freezing. That's 0 centigrade, by the way. But fresh. The good point is there's lovely sunshine out today. And the weather report is saying we've got snow coming over the next 2 days. Ha 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 ha. I should be hiding behind my curtains. I'm retired. I no longer need to go out. I go out like this morning, quick pop down to the post office to send something off. And I like getting up and getting out in the morning. It just sort of sets the rest of the day up. Where I used to ride in snow and on frozen roads because I had to, I don't no longer feel the need to. But I still enjoy getting out on the bike, whatever the weather, within reason. And it sort of having a conversation with a friend, and it took me right back late 70s when I used to drive trucks. As some of you know, I drove trucks for a good number of years doing Middle East. I actually moved to Austria for 5 years and worked for an Austrian company. Eventually met a young lady from another part of the world, and we ended up settling in Jersey in the Channel Islands, where I ended up originally being a group maintenance manager for a property owning company, and then moved into the police. When that all come to an end, I returned to England and found a little hole to bury myself in comfortably. And it is comfortable. Thank you very much. But when I was driving, an incident come to mind where I'd parked a load in Switzerland, in Freilager in Switzerland, just near Basel. And I'd parked up the night before, ready to load a load destined for Greece. Warmer climes. And as was a habit in those days, if you needed to go at the loo in the middle of the night, the first lorry I ever had with a cab heater. I used to sleep fully clothed in a sleep bag and all sorts, but this old beast had a cab heater, so it was lovely and warm, and I was sleeping in just underpants. I needed the loo early hours of the morning. Opened the door, dived out, snow up to my nipples. You have never seen a scared rabbit return from whence he came so quickly. I've never moved so quickly in all of my life. But the ironic thing is, I woke up in the morning, I'd set my alarm for 6. That was about when the warehouse would open. Put a cup of tea on, drew the curtains, or put them up electronically. There was a guy out there with one of those push snow ploughs, and they had the whole area, the whole warehousing area, clear by the time I'd finished loading at 7:30. And I got out on the roads. The roads, beautiful. In the town, mainly clear. Once you got out into the country, they allowed it to pack, and then just sprinkled ordinary everyday grit on top, just as the ice was forming, the early morning dawn sort of thing, and that would give you traction on the compacted snow. And it was interesting over the winter watching the snow poles, which are about 1.5 meters high, slowly disappear until at the end of the winter you could probably see sort of 30 centimeters. But excuse me, I'm going to cough. You didn't see the horrendous accidents. Everybody Everybody kept an intelligent pace from the person in front. If they were going to turn off, go off a slip road or turn down a junction or whatever type of road it was, they would indicate and they would turn. And the guy behind, and the cars behind, would just ease up on the throttle touch, and there was enough of a gap that there was no disturbance in the flow. In England we have half an inch of snow, and round every corner there is an accident. Now okay, I've decided that, you know, the Swiss, the Finnish, the Austrians, they grow up with snow, they're used to it, they know how to deal with it. Every winter we have snow, little bits, just showers. How come we haven't grown up to learn that we have a shower of snow, we reduce our speed and hang back from the vehicle in front, just a touch. But generation after generation, the message still hasn't got through. So that is the main reason I will not be riding. Not because I can't ride, but because of all these guys in cars who still sit up each other's bums, terrified that they might be all on their own on a road like this, doing the same speed and wondering why, when the car goes to turn off or a car coming the other way loses control, they have an accident. Now I've driven over here in all sorts of bad weather. I got off the ferry once in a lorry and the M2 had been closed more or less. The police were saying not advisable. So I pulled over, set chains on and ploughed up the M2, all on my little lonesome, about 2 o'clock in the morning, no problem. Got off at the other end, a poor bemused policeman who just literally got out of his car to see what the hell was coming up the road, leaving a little wake of fluffy snow behind him, looked at me in absolute astonishment. I didn't stop, couldn't be bothered. And I carried the rest of my journey on icy snowy roads, keeping a sensible distance, braking gently, steering gently, never a problem. But the amount of accidents I saw, ah, bless. That was just me having a chunter about the average English idiot who sadly never learned to drive. I'm not actually going anywhere at the moment. I've got what I needed, posted, bought a couple of little items, and I'm going the long way home. Just give the bike a run because she's going to sit for a couple of days. Won't do any harm to charge the battery up. As I said before, she lives in the wild. And can I see enough to risk this? Yes. That sun is particularly annoying. Oops, now I see the speedo. Right, the speed limit by 3 miles an hour. Oh. Anyway, you have fun. Ride safe. And whatever you're doing, remember you've got to enjoy it. Because life is short. It's not a rehearsal. You're not going to get a second go at it. If you're unhappy, find a way to change it. Life's too short to be unhappy. Bye guys. Bye.